Science still has no solid answer for why we dream. We actually understand solar systems light years away better than our own nightly hallucinated stories. Sure, we know most dreaming happens during REM sleep, and REM is heavily involved in memory formation, but why dream at all? What does forming memories have to do with hyperrealistic nonsense like picnicking with Tom Heston? There aren't good answers, just theories. And almost every theory falls under one of two camps. Dreams have a primary function, or dreams are an epiphenomenon. It's basically collateral damage from other processes, a brain Easter egg. The primary function camp argues like this. When you hook people up to machines, you see that REM dreams are dominated by negative emotions, especially anxiety. So they claim dreams evolved to help us rehearse threats. Early humans who dreamed through anxieties were supposedly more prepared in real life because they'd already felt similar situations during sleep. So the scarier your dreams, the more prepared you were. The epiphenomenon camp takes the opposite angle. During REM sleep, the unconscious brain is sorting memories, dumping useless data, and reinforcing what matters. The electrical noise from this process leaks into conscious awareness. The cortex gets confused, and it stitches the noise into a narrative. A dream. And because it's your cortex doing the stitching, you get themes based on whatever you think about a lot. Hence the occasional Tom Heston grape-feeding cameo. This camp says dreams have no purpose at all. They're just random byproducts. The problem with that stance is that the body seems engineered to allow dreaming. For example, during REM, your brain paralyzes your motor neurons, basically turning you into a vegetable so you don't act out the dream. That's a lot of biological effort for something allegedly meaningless. And there are cases where dreams clearly helped people solve problems. In 1845, Elias Howe, the guy obsessed with inventing a machine that could stitch cloth automatically, had a dream where cannibals were dancing around him with spears. Each spear had a small hole near its tip. When he woke up, that detail stuck with him, and he realized the hole in a sewing needle should also be at the point, not the back. That dream directly led to the first functional sewing machine. Carl Jung believed dreams carry meaningful messages from the unconscious, kind of a middle ground. In his view, a dream is a spontaneous symbolic snapshot of the actual state of the unconscious mind. A bit heavy on the vocabulary, but the idea is interesting. This resonates with me because I've had lucid dreams most of my life. Here's one example. I once dreamed I was locked in my empty room. A wind-up toy lizard started winding itself, then crawled like a real lizard. At that moment, I realized it was a dream. I stood up, unlocked the door, walked outside, and found a full IKEA dining set in my driveway. I sat down and had a philosophical discussion with Mr. Beast. According to the epiphenomenon camp, my conscious mind is supposed to be fabricating this while the subconscious sorts memories. But when I ask dream characters difficult questions, the answers genuinely feel like they come from somewhere beyond my conscious control. By definition, that's the subconscious. This directly contradicts the idea that dreams are random noise and leans toward Jung's view. The issue is that the epiphenomenon group defines a subconscious as simply anything not in the cortex, like the hippocampus or amygdala. But neither of those can generate the kind of abstract, articulate thoughts I encounter in lucid dreams. Only the left hemisphere, or the right, if you're one of the left-handed outliers, can do that. The brain is split in two. If I asked you to solve 345 times 2 and explain it, that's mostly left hemisphere. If I asked you to imagine a sunset rowboat ride while lying in Tom Heston's lap watching Minions, that's right hemisphere. During REM sleep, we see activity across both hemispheres, but one area lights up the most, the right temporal lobe, or for left-handers, the non-dominant temporal lobe. That region handles non-verbal learning, visuospatial memory, music, and movie-like imagery. So yes, information is being processed during REM, but my experiences in lucid dreams still contradict the idea that dreams are just collateral noise. Maybe it involves the corpus callosum connecting the hemispheres, but if that were the whole story, Mr. Beast wouldn't be able to speak coherently in my dream. The deeper you dig, the messier it gets. Science hits a wall, nothing lines up cleanly. So maybe we set science aside for a moment and lean into a philosophical angle. The idea that dreams highlight paths our waking mind can't see hinting at what's ahead in the only language the sleeping mind knows. Tom Heston.